Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for a property where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. Today, we're diving into updates on Bitcoin, specifically these last three videos from Savvy Finance, all basically talking about how something massive is on the horizon and Bitcoin is going to the moon. So I'm going to be using Notebook LM again because I like their way they do that podcast kind of back and forth. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild, actually.
Really?
We're seeing some serious buzz, and not just from, the usual crypto crowd.
Okay, so walk me through this. Where's all this optimism coming from?
Well, for starters, those Bitcoin ETFs everyone's been talking about, they're not just performing well, they're like smashing records left and right.
Really? Like exceeding expectations even?
Big time.
Wow.
One expert, I think it was on Savvy Finance, compared it to the launch of the NASDAQ 100.
Oh, wow. Back in the dot-com boom?
Exactly, except they're saying this is even better.
So what does that even mean? Like, traditional finance is finally taking Bitcoin seriously.
I think that's the gist, yeah. And with these ETFs, it's easier than ever for big institutions to get in the game.
And that's a big deal
Because when those institutional investors with their deep pockets start moving, everybody else pays attention.
Okay, that makes sense, but let's be real for a second. We've all seen these crypto crazes come and go, right? What makes this time different? Like, why is this bullishness the real deal?
It's the multi-year story. Remember when gold ETFs first launched? It took years for them to gain traction. Same idea here.
So we're not talking about getting rich quick this time.
Not necessarily, no. This is about a fundamental shift, a long game.
Okay, so this isn't just a flash in the pan.
No, and there are some very specific reasons why this feels different. Matt Hougan, he's the CIO of Bitwise. He had a great breakdown on this.
Okay, I like him. He seems to know his stuff.
Yeah, he's the real deal. Anyway, he was talking about how all these global factors are aligning perfectly for Bitcoin right now. We've got economic uncertainty, globally, the upcoming elections in the US, which always throws a wrench into things.
Yeah, adds a bit of spice, doesn't it?
For sure. And all of that just makes Bitcoin's decentralized nature, that whole not controlled by any government thing, really appealing.
It's like when the world feels shaky, people want something solid to hold on to. And Bitcoin kind of fits the bill.
Exactly. It's like digital gold.
Right. I've heard that before, but it never really clicked for me.
Well, think about it. Bitcoin has a fixed supply. It's accessible globally. No matter what happens with any particular government or economy, it's there.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And then you add in the whales, the big institutional investors who are gobbling up Bitcoin. That just adds fuel to the fire.
So it's not just us regular folks messing around anymore.
Not anymore.
Wow, okay, so Bitcoin's got this whole ETF momentum, global uncertainty working in its favor, big players moving in. What about Ethereum, though? It's been oddly quiet over there, hasn't it?
It has, hasn't it? Ethereum ETFs haven't really taken off the same way.
Why not? I thought Ethereum was supposed to be the next big thing.
Well, one expert suggested that the Ethereum ETFs might have launched a bit prematurely.
Too soon. Really? How so?
Well, Bitcoin's narrative is pretty simple.
Yeah, digital gold, I get it.
Right, easy to understand. Ethereum, not so much.
With all the smart contracts and DeFi and what are it, NFTs?
Yeah, all that. It's just more complex, takes a bit more time for people to wrap their heads around.
That's true.
It's not just a store of value. It's like a whole platform with a million different uses.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming, honestly, even for someone like me who follows this stuff.
Exactly, so it might just be a matter of time for Ethereum.
To catch up, though, you're saying that Ethereum is more complex, right?
Yeah, it's not just about being a store of value like Bitcoin. It's more about all the applications built on it.
So all that stuff about DeFi and NFTs, that's where Ethereum really shines.
Exactly. It's got the potential to revolutionize like a ton of industries, not just finance.
Okay, so give me an example then. What's something cool Ethereum could do?
Well, imagine you could buy like a fraction of a rental property using Ethereum.
On the blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. It could make investing in real estate way more accessible to regular people.
That's pretty wild.
Right. Or think about artists selling their work directly to collectors as NFTs. No more middlemen.
So they get more control over their art and potentially make more money.
Exactly. And Ethereum is what makes all of that possible. It's the technology behind it all.
Okay, that does sound pretty revolutionary when you put it like that, but it's still kind of hard to wrap my head around why it's not getting the same hype as Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a longer term play. Bitcoin is the flashy one right now, but Ethereum could be huge down the line.
Okay, so it sounds like we should keep an eye on Ethereum, even if it's not the hottest thing at the moment.
Absolutely. Don't sleep on Ethereum, that's for sure. But hey, speaking of big predictions about the future, we got to talk about Michael Saylor.
Oh yeah, the Bitcoin maximalist himself. That guy really loves his Bitcoin, doesn't he?
He's all in, that's for sure. He's not just talking about Bitcoin as an investment. He sees it as the future of money, period.
I saw that thing where he compared Bitcoin to Manhattan real estate.
Yeah, it sounds crazy at first, but he actually makes a really interesting point.
Okay, so walk me through it. How is Bitcoin like Manhattan?
Well, his whole thing is that capital, whether it's dollars, euros, or Bitcoin, will flow to wherever it's treated best, right? So he compares Bitcoin to buying up real estate in Manhattan decades ago, back when people thought it was just a tiny island.
And now look at it, it's like the most expensive place on earth.
Exactly. Saylor's argument is that Bitcoin is the same, it's limited, it's secure, and it's only going to become more valuable over time.
So he's saying Bitcoin is like the digital equivalent of prime real estate.
Exactly. He calls it the digital transformation of capital.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's got that fixed supply, 21 million coins, it's accessible globally, and no government can control it.
Okay, I can see why he's so gung-ho about it.
Right. And he doesn't stop there. He also throws out this wild idea about what if companies like Apple went all in on Bitcoin instead of stock buybacks.
Whoa, that's a pretty radical concept.
Totally. But think about it. Imagine if Apple poured all those billions into Bitcoin instead of buying back their own stock.
That would be a huge vote of confidence, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Saylor thinks it would not only align Apple's performance with a potentially high-growth asset, but it would send shockwaves through the entire market.
It would be like saying, we believe in Bitcoin more than we believe in our own stock.
Right. And that's his whole point. If even a few big companies like Apple started doing that, it could completely change how we think about corporate treasuries and investing in general.
It's a whole new financial system.
Exactly. One that's built on Bitcoin.
It's mind-blowing to think about, honestly, like, are we really at a point where a company as big as Apple could just, like, pivot to Bitcoin?
Well, that's Saylor's vision, right? I mean, it is a pretty radical idea, gotta give him that.
It's a lot to wrap your head around, for sure.
It is, but whether or not Apple actually makes that move, the fact that we're even having this conversation is huge.
It shows how much things have changed.
Exactly. Bitcoin is forcing everyone to rethink everything we thought we knew about money and value.
Okay, so for those of us who aren't, tech billionaires or whatever, what's the takeaway here? What does this all actually mean on a practical level?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to realize that this isn't just about Bitcoin going up or down in price.
There's more to it than that.
Way more. This is about a fundamental shift in how our financial system works. It's about the potential for something new.
Okay, so no more relying on big banks and governments to control everything.
Exactly. It's about giving people more control over their own money.
So like decentralization, right? That's the big word I keep hearing.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And that can be a really powerful thing, especially in a world where things feel increasingly uncertain.
For sure, no one can just print more Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. The supply is limited, just like real estate in Manhattan, which is Saylor's whole point, remember?
Right. Digital gold, prime real estate, I'm getting it.
There you go. But look, even with all this optimism, it's important to remember that Bitcoin is still a relatively new asset.
So it's still risky.
There's always risk. It's volatile. The regulatory landscape is still evolving. So it's not about going all in on Bitcoin tomorrow.
So don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Do your research, understand the risks, and decide for yourself if it makes sense for your own financial goals.
So like, don't bet the farm on Bitcoin just because everyone's excited about it.
Exactly. Be smart, be cautious, but be open to the possibilities too.
Right, because this could be huge.
It really could. And hey, even if you're not ready to buy Bitcoin, just paying attention to what's happening is important.
So we should all be watching this space closely.
Absolutely. This is a story that's still being written, and it's one that has the potential to impact all of us in a big way.
It's kind of exciting, actually, to think that we're witnessing this moment in financial history.
It really is, and who knows what the future holds. Maybe Saylor will convince Apple to go all in on Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum will take off like a rocket, or maybe something completely unexpected will happen.
That's the thing about this space, right? It's always changing.
Always evolving, so buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride.
Well, on that note, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, from record-breaking ETFs to Michael Saylor's bold predictions.
It's been quite a deep dive.
It has. So to our listeners, keep those questions coming, keep learning, and most importantly, keep exploring the fascinating world of Bitcoin and beyond.
And until next time, happy investing, everyone.
Man, that is a wild ride to see that AI can summarize all that stuff and do it, I mean, in a way that's, somewhat engaging, even comical, albeit from, some AI bots, and the voices and stuff, man, are just getting better and better. It is insane to see how fast this stuff develops. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think. Nothing really to write home about. I believe we're headed to the new back to the 70s soon. And I believe, like I told some people in my group, the big catalyst is going to be come towards the election. So be it a buy the rumor, sell the news event, regardless of which sway the political front blows, it's going to cause some sort of event in Bitcoin. One way could cause maybe some quick shorts or something like that, short squeeze, and we drop back down to the low 60s, who knows? Or we blow through 70, 72, and the shorts, longs get liquidated if we go back down to 60s, and shorts get liquidated if we blow through like the 72, I think it is. So either way, something's gonna happen, and you still have massive opportunities to buy Bitcoin. So Let me know what you guys think. Smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.